I just, like, y'all don't get tired of purposely being obtuse? You feel me? Y'all don't get mad at purposely being obtuse? I'm starting to see a lot of trends that correlate with people that look like me, particularly straight black men. You feel me? A lot of y'all be doing a lot of sucker shit when it come to Charleston White. A lot of y'all be doing a lot of sucker shit when it comes to anything said about Lizzo. A lot of y'all be doing a lot of sucker shit when it comes to talking about fatphobia, anything. You see what I'm saying? So for everybody that was purposely being obtuse in my goddamn comment section when I was discussing fatphobia, I got something for you today. You feel what I'm saying? Share this to everybody that was purposely being obtuse and misunderstanding what was being said, right? When the criticism is given about fatphobia and specifically about Lizzo, we're talking about how her weight, her body, being fat is always centered when we talk about her skills. You want to talk about her playing the food? Somehow her body weight gonna come up. You know, you want to talk about her having her ass cheeks out at a Lakers game? Somehow her body weight gonna come up. You feel me? You want to talk about her singing a song? Some type of way, her body weight is going to come up. I seen a lot of dumb motherfuckers too. I say that with my whole chest. Dumb motherfuckers really saying, well, Lizzo promoted her weight. And everybody else you've acknowledged is not promoting their weight. If a man's name is Fat Man Scoop, how is he not promoting his weight? If your name is Notorious B.I.G., how are you not promoting your weight? If your name is Big Pun, how are you not promoting your weight? If your name is Rick Ross and you literally call yourself the biggest boss Rick Ross with the belly hanging out, how is that not promoting your weight? Y'all don't get tired of being purposely obtuse? So if we can talk about how there are numerous of fat black women that's in the industry that somehow, no matter how talented they is, no matter how good of a songwriter they is, no matter how good a performer they is, the conversation always go back to their race. You know? So if you want to tag me in some bullshit of a parody of somebody making fun of Rick Ross being fat, that is not the criticism. You are committing straw man argumentation when you respond to bullshit I ain't never said. Y'all get on my nerves with that shit too. The criticism never said that Rick Ross or fat black men in the industry are not made fun of for being fat. That was not the criticism. The criticism was not that fat black men do not experience fatphobia. I never made that argument. I never made that claim. You would never see me make a claim like that. Why so many people putting so much time, energy, and effort into creating whataboutisms about quote-unquote lies? A lot of y'all wouldn't know nuance if it bit you in your ass. Nuance. Two things can be true at the same time. You see what I'm saying? We can recognize that fatphobia impacts all genders. Here goes a nuance for the dumb motherfuckers in the back. Here's a nuance. We can recognize that fatphobia is not immune to gender. We can recognize that men, women, trans people, gender fluid people face fatphobia if you have a big body. We can also acknowledge that black women disproportionately deal with fatphobia. You see what I did right there? I'm acknowledging that, yes, there are fat black men like Rick Ross and Fat Joe and Scoop. Yes, have they faced fatphobia? Yes. That is not the argument. The argument is that their weight is not centered when it comes to talking about their talent or their personhood or their legacy or their performance or their following or their business deals. You see what I'm saying? Rick Ross is selling niggas lemon pepper wings, man. Listen, because I can tell how y'all being purposely obtuse. So let's really go further with the criticism, right? What would it mean for Lizzo to buy a whole bunch of chicken wing franchises to sell them to the black community while acknowledging that the black community is disproportionately dealing with unhealthy foods? Huh? Okay. Kanye West, you feel me? Kanye West has admitted to having liposuction because he is not proud of his body. But he gonna get with them white folks and start capping and trying to get their appeal by throwing a black woman under the bus? That's the shit y'all claim is being real? That's the free thinking shit? Charleston White shit, right? I'm amused by Charleston White. I'm amused by most clowns. Clowns are meant to be amusing. You feel me? Like literally all clowns seek out to be amusing. Charleston White has let us know in many different instances he is a clown that is seeking to amuse. right? I made a criticism saying that Kanye West and Charleston White is the same type of nigga that would try to get appeal and attention at the expense of other niggas. I'm going to repeat that. Kanye West and Charleston White are the same type of niggas that would try to get individual gain and attention at the expense of other niggas. Charleston White talk all that roo-roo. Y'all see how hypey and loud I am, how passionate I'm talking right now? I recognize that using this type of tone when expressing and communicating brings about a certain type of energy. I said that Kanye West and Charleston White is the same two type of niggas that will throw a rock, play victim while hiding their hands. Charleston White just took his... Man, I ain't gonna be ableist. Charleston White just took his old crazy ass up on Instagram talking about what he gonna do. He done talk bad about T.I.'s son and all this and all that. And then say he gonna call the laws on him. So you're going to gaslight, you're going to bark up the tree, you are going to do all this shit and then claim you're being bullied when folks come after you. This the same thing that Kanye West did too. Listen. Because and this is the part that I'm starting to see. A lot of the Kanye West fans is a lot of the Charleston White fans. Is a lot of the Kevin Samuelite fans. Is a lot of the Andrew Tate fans. Y'all gonna say this shit, well, you just go with what's trendy consciously. You just think of what's trendy. Well, nigga, if what I was saying was so trendy, why does it give you such a cathartic response when I'm saying what I'm saying? If it was so trendy and normalized, how come when I make an analysis about gender or about sex or about being fat, you jump out the window? Because what I'm saying you ain't never heard before. It's not normalized. It's not popular. Y'all like to go into these old popular ass notions about people being fat or popular notions about gender and think you being woke. Think you put somebody on some game. How come your free thinking sound is so much like the white supremacists and the anti-Semitic motherfuckers? How come your free thinking sound like Mass and them? How come your free thinking is so in line with Candace Owens, Jesse Lee Williams, whatever his name is? How come your free thinking is so in line with the white supremacists, the Charlottesville people, the motherfuckers that ran up into the state capitol? How come I'm telling you. And listen. I'm an acquired taste. I ain't for everybody. You see what I'm saying? I want to be clear. The reason why y'all fucking with me is because I am who I am. You right? You know what I'm saying? I'm not who I am, but I am because you fucking with me. With that being said, you ain't got to follow me, man. My motto is education is elevation, right? I'm a professor. I'm an educator. I'm a teacher. My shit come with no respectability politics. You see what I'm saying? I recognize that some people want a little filter in education. If you want that shit, I'm not for you. I'm not for you. You feel me? If you believe as a straight black man, I have to always already concede to bullshit ass understandings, gay agendas, and crazy ass ideas of being emasculated, I'm not for you. Unfollow me. You feel me? Unfollow me. I'm still gonna be here talking the same shit I'm talking. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot of us. Social media has tricked a lot of people into believing that you are the center of all content that's produced. I know. You feel me? When Charleston White saying that bullshit, he not making that content for me. I don't follow him. I watch his content. You see what I'm saying? Only how I see his content is when it's shared. I don't follow Candace Owens. Candace Owens don't make content for me. You feel me? Some of y'all need to practice some high level vibration, some consciousness, and recognize, hey, is this consciously nigga for me? On my mama, you not gonna hurt my feelings. You feel me? Me having this many followers this day and having this many followers the next day, it's not gonna change my principles or what I believe and what I do and what I talk about. So with that being said, you feel me? If you believe Kanye West is some genius, I think you a dumbass. Like with my whole chest, I think you're a dumbass and I have little to no respect for you. I'm cool with that. You can feel how you want to feel about me saying how I feel about how I feel. You feel what I'm saying? If you can't recognize that the way in which we talk about Fat Joe compared to Lizzo is complete differences, then I don't like you either. You feel me? If you have an issue with me saying that trans women is women, and you got an issue, consciously on some of that LGBTQ shit, don't follow me. Don't follow me. Unfollow me. You feel me? If you have an issue with me saying, hey, The way you view black women as being ratchet or respectable is fucked up, and it always necessitates violence against women that do not present themselves the way you want them to. If that bothers you, unfollow me. So we clear. Kanye West, a sucker. You feel what I'm saying? I would call him some other things, but I know the internet ain't for what we calling him, right? Charleston White, sucker. You feel me? We from the same state. He gets no respect in my book at all. You see what I'm saying? How you gonna create an individual filing off of policing black people? how you got more energy for the hip hop artists than you have the hip hop police? So when we think about power and impact and influence, how do you have astronomically more energy for the entity that has literally less power, impact, and influence than the other ones? Charleston White will brag to us about calling law enforcement on gangster rappers that he's picking at. This nigga will brag about calling law enforcement on black people, and we find it amusing. Charleston White is genius. He's figured out a way to structure being a Karen while being a straight black man and a conservative on some cool shit. He done made it cool. You feel me? You know? He done made it cool. You know what I'm saying? He done made it cool to have a Make America Great Again flag behind you. He done made it cool to have Field Nigga Hoodie, Make America Great Again hat. You see what I'm saying? The same niggas that was all about, you know, going to the polls, the same niggas that was about this about Ahmaud Arbery and this about Breonna Taylor and this about George Floyd is now literally paying for Charleston White to talk shit about niggas at the expense of saying policing is good. He brags about walking around with a police baton and niggas think that shit cool. Hey, I'm a schoolboy. You feel me? I'll be straight up. I'm a schoolboy. You feel what I'm saying? If y'all went to my hood, they'll say, hey, that Lee guy, he a schoolboy. But we know he a schoolboy, right? I don't never fake a front to be nothing I ain't. Charleston White, Kanye West, faking and franking is something they not. You a billionaire and you crying and whining to get your people, you a black billionaire crying and whining to get broke black people to protest a white company that you voluntarily signed to. After you just got through saying with your whole chest that slavery is a choice. So slavery is a choice, but you signed this contract wasn't a choice? Bet that Kanye. Bet that Kanye. And this is part two. You name something, you feel me, that Candace Owens say that niggas rock with, and you ain't got no criticisms for that right there or that right. I'm telling you, man. In conclusion, because I want to get this off my chest, you feel me? And too, if you being clear, if you see how I'm with the time I'm on, the bullshit y'all being on in the comment section, hoping for some attention and shit like that, I'm not finna give it to you feel me? The purpose of this post really is to make sure I sprinkle a little bit of that Huey P. Newton philosophy on y'all asses. You see what I'm saying? Huey P. Newton taught me that power is the ability to define the phenomenon and make it act in a desired manner. I'll repeat that. Huey P. Newton taught me. Huey P. Newton, the co-founder of the Black Panther Party, said that power is the ability to define the phenomenon and make it act in a desired manner. The phenomenon that Kanye West and Charleston White and Candace Owens are literally trying to navigate is a phenomenon that we're going to see is structured by black outrage, controversy and gaslighting of black people, being a contrarian to whatever we're politically, socially, economically we're seeing in the black community. That's what them niggas is on, being contrarians, right? Define the phenomenon, make it act in a desired manner. What I figured out is that Kanye West, when he has a new project, some shoes, an album coming out, he likes to manufacture controversy. Huey P. Newton said, define the phenomenon and make it act in a desired manner. So when we know Candace Owens right now has a documentary coming out about the scam of the BLM movement. Nuance, guys, we can recognize BLM, scam. Candace Owens, scam. The pot kind of called the kettle black or whatever, we ain't going for it. You see what I'm saying? Multiple things can be true at the same time. Right? Kanye West is full of shit. And that, at this point, he's trying to use disability like white people do in many instances when they don't want to be held accountable for the violence they wreaking on the world. Every time a white mass shooter comes about, what does the world talk about? Their mental health. And their mental health is seen as an excuse for them not to be held accountable. Kanye West is deploying the same tactics of white supremacy where he's doing it in a gaslighting way that says, yeah, the media just brings up my mental health because I don't want to write into the lines. But I think that, man, this man literally has been around them white folks for the past 20 years, the rich white people, and now he deploying their tactics against us. And you got niggas that's really thinking that shit cool. On some like, that's not what we doing. You feel me? Education is elevation. Research over research. Facts over feelings, man. A lot of you suckers be getting on my nerves because you be insulting my intelligence in my comment section, tagging me and shit and doing shit. And usually, you feel me, I ignore the shit. Like, man, I keep it going, you feel me? I keep it groovy like an Austin Powers movie. I do what I gotta do. But today, in days like this, I just have it up to here. So to end this, how I started it. Listen, man. If I give an analysis that says that black women face a disproportionate impact when it comes to fatphobia, you pointing out that black men face fatphobia too is not a negation to my argument. Me pointing out that Lizzo's performance, Lizzo's whole career, her body weight is centered and literally taking center stage over her talents. You pointing out that there is a lot of parodies about Rick Ross and whatever you're talking about, that does not negate my argument. It's the nuance. Two things can be true at the same time. We can acknowledge that black men also face fatphobia and are made fun of for their weight. We can acknowledge, however, that black women are always held to a higher standard, or should I say a fatter standard, you feel me, than what y'all do. You feel me? As a matter of fact, when I get off of this live, I'm going to TikTok. I'm going to green screen duet a video of DJ Khaled, Fat Man of Color, and Rick Ross, Fat Man of Color, talking about their favorite foods to eat there. I think that the health people would say it's not healthy. Y'all don't have the same energy for Rick Ross or Fat Joe or any other fat rappers that you have for Lizzo. And I keep on saying this, my ADHD's coming out now, but the real last thing, right? I had the opportunity to go watch Kelly Price in concert. You feel me? Shout out to the Blairisms. You feel me? I can't even think of what the thing. I had the opportunity of going, right. And you know, hey Blair, I got the text Blair. When I get that hoodie, I'm doing another one of these. But people gotta know, I got the opportunity to go to a Kelly Price concert. You feel me? I'm in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? It's this black trans. It's this black trans. Damn, what's it called? It's this black trans like housing thing, you feel me? And they doing like a fundraiser, you feel me? And I got invited, right? And something that Kelly Price had said during her performance was talking about how the industry loved her voice, but they didn't love her body. Kelly Price, late 90s, mid 90s, early 2000s, is talking about how because she was a bigger black woman, the A&Rs and the execs could not get past her body and as a result believed that she was unmarketable. A lot of us don't even know how much Kelly Price vocals we hearing because they ain't write it in, they gave her a check. Kelly Price made a point to talk about literally people trying to play her saying, hey, we'll sign you for a record deal, but you gotta lose weight first. They telling her at the time of Big Pun, Notorious B.I.G. They telling her at that time. What does that tell you? Women are always already defined by their body. Women are always already held to the parameters of how their body is perceived. Masculinity and maleness, you feel me, makes it where I can be as big as a goddamn house or I can be as skinny as a bird. And it won't matter really. My talent is my talent. You know what I'm saying? To make it more intersectional in terms of race. Recognize, and I say this so I don't get in no trouble. The way we think about body positivity and weight hits different for bigger body white women than it does for bigger body black women. I don't hear all the health advocates talking about Adele. Adele made a decision to lose weight on herself. Just like Lizzo's making a decision to lose weight on by herself. But somehow there's a lot of policing and a lot of pushing that goes on to these two different bodies. Both of these are singles. The only difference is one is white and it's from the UK, Europe, and the other one is black from America. We don't have the same body positivity critiques. We don't have the same weight discrimination analysis. We don't have the same fat phobic perceptions of Adele compared to Lizzo. That means something to me. That means something to me. You know what I'm saying? Education's elevation. I'll holler at y'all.